I'm live. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. And on this one, I'm going to do a little bit more glassing of the Lunac fuselage. I've nearly finished, and I'll point you down and you can have a look and see what I've been up to and see what I'm about to do. I'm fully prepared today as well. It's a miracle. So I'll try and keep my eye on the chat as well, and then I can talk to you. But otherwise, let's point you down and get on with the job. There we go. There's the fuselage. I want to go all the way down to there. And yeah, I think you can see it okay. Lovely. Right. Now, I've glassed the whole fuselage with 25-gram glass. And now I'm going to put some 49-gram glass on the front. It's from Bucks Composites, in case you didn't know. And so the whole lot's been glassed in 25. The front part is going to be trebled up really, because it's going to be 49 gram, and it is heavier cloth. And I noticed I've already done one side yesterday's live stream, which was members only, and today I'm going to do it public for this side. I've cut it diagonally because it goes around the corners better if it's diagonal. Plus, if the grain is going a different direction to what's already there, then it can only be good. So I'm just going to mix up some resin. And yesterday I mixed up not quite enough. I had to mix up some more. So I'm going to go a little bit more this time. And this is 50% hardener to 100% of the resin. I watched a video yesterday and the chap was using ordinary epoxy, and I guess it works just as well, but it's not as thin. He had to thin it down. He was just using speed epoxy, which is okay, but this is already thin. So hello, hi Kev, how are you doing, mate? I'm just going to mix up some of this hardener into it, and the hardener's blue, which is quite nice because you can sort of see where you're putting it. Hello to Kevin. And I need a stick, and I need to tip that into there, let it drip for a while. Too hot at the moment, is it? Why, what is the temperature? Where are you anyway? Obviously not in the UK. It's not particularly cold today. I think it's about 8 degrees, not too bad, but the wind's blowing a bit. Let's just put that up there. Just look at the camera while I'm doing that, shall I? I'm recording this as well as on my other camera, so I've got two cameras in front of me. Do you like my beard? It's coming on, isn't it? I haven't grown a beard for 35 years. And even then, it wasn't much more than this, but I've got through the itchy stage now, so hopefully, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Somebody suggested doing a goatee. I don't know. I'll even suppose I could trim it into a goatee. If I didn't like that, I could trim it all off and just have like a handlebar moustache. That'll take a little while to grow. Anyway, 40. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a bit hot down there then, definitely. Yeah, I don't think we saw, we didn't see anywhere near 40 this summer. Longest day today is what I'm talking about. Longest day for you, I suppose. Shortest day for us. 40 degrees. Whew. No, sir. I couldn't be doing that. There used to be a program on British TV, Relocate Down Under or something, and they used to follow a family, and with a view to moving down to Australia, up in sticks and moving down. And it was quite a good series because, you know, you could see what it was like yourself. And then I remember one guy, I think he was a builder, and he was down on the building site. He just couldn't hack it. It was just like 40 odd degrees, and there was all the local guys just having a laugh at him. Poor bloke, you know, he's just not used to that sort of temperature. I don't think they have a sort of decision at the end. Well, are you going or not? I don't think there were many that said they were going to go, and it probably because of the creepy crawlies and the temperature. Anyway, let's just tip you down again. See what I'm doing. So that's that mixed up. I'll pop that in the tray, and I'm just going to let that sort of drip in there a minute. And what I'm going to use the roller. I've seen guys doing it with brushes. Now, I personally, that's how I used to do fiberglass, and was with brushes. But I've got a roller from, oh, look, I covered their name up, Bucks Composites in the UK. But brilliant service. And so that's what I'm going to use. But the principle is exactly the same. You start in the middle and work your way out. I'll put a new blade in the scalpel, so we're good to go there. And I haven't got any gloves on, and I've already got a sticky hand. Let me just dig out some gloves. This has been a great build, and I'm really pleased with how well the fiberglassing's gone on. Not perfect, a couple of flaws here and there, but I've still got to cover it with filler. I bought a tin of filler primer brush on, because the brush on you can put it on thicker, and that was from the advice of fellow club mates who do this sort of stuff. Just going to get the last bit out of there. Little tip on both of the containers, I've put a little line. I can't read it, so I put a little bit of masking tape on, so I can take it up to. As soon as you put the liquid in, I just can't see it. Okay, so let's start. Here we go, live from England. Make sure that's in the right place before I start, because at the other side, I've gone all the way round, and it ends about here, so I'll overlap it, but I've sanded the join smooth. So here we go. Let's get on with it. Gently roll it in. It's very therapeutic actually doing this. Of course, I've had to sand the fuselage, roughly getting off any high spots, because there's no point in putting glass on top of stuff that needs sanding. And the other thing with doing this, I don't have to dab it off with a tissue cloth afterwards. It can just stay on quite heavy because it's in front of the CG. And I will be adding nose weight, so let's add strength weight instead. I love the way it goes transparent. I've been recording for part 11, the glass in, so I've got that to edit up. So this is like a sneak peek. You will see this in the video. Yeah, very nice. Look at that. I was really pleased the way the dashboard came out. Thing is, I could have made it. Why is that going down there? No, a little. It's like there's a little pimple there stopping it from going down, but I think it's just the glass. It'll soak down. Yeah, making the dash using the laser and the 3D printer. It seems a bit of a cheat, but it's only a tool. My family, I was a kid back in the early 90s. Yeah, I guess you meant shock there. Don't suppose you were wearing socks in that temperature. Gosh. it's a big deal emigrating, isn't it? You know, I can see that maybe more people might do it, you know, as things happen. Maybe it's an option. They wouldn't let me in, though, I'm sure of that. So, Barbie, no, we've seen your videos, mate. You're not coming in. Oh, we got 12 people watching. Come on, everybody, say hello. Who's watching? Just say hi. Always good to say hi. You might be able to give me some tips. I've just got Christmas songs going around in my head, you know. Obviously, they're playing them all over the place, and they get into your head, don't they? Earworms, they call them, don't they? And I could hum them, but of course, they're copyright, so I can't. Right, now what I'm going to do is get a bit more against there, and then I'm going to cut that down to be a good fit, because I've got 3 layers of the lighter cloth already on the skid, so I really don't need any more of this, especially as it's not going to go right into the groove. It's funny that little bit down there is not, it's not going down. I have to watch that. Scalpel 14 watching. Ah, right, you're saying hello, Jack. Hi, Jack, nice to hear from you, mate. And Ray, it's in Georgia. Isn't there a song about Georgia? There is. There's probably hundreds of songs about Georgia. Just pressing into there with the back of the scalpel. Someone laughed at my scalpel the other day. Okay, it's a bit, I've had it a long time, and sometimes the blade comes out and it's covered in epoxy and goodness knows what, and this is why. But, you know, someone said, can't you buy a new scalpel? What do I need a new scalpel for? This is brilliant. So I'm just going to cut into there, and it's going to have loads of filler on it anyway, so even if it wasn't quite perfect, it will be when it's done. Go up to there, and I'll go straight up just to cut that off. Yes, Jack, we are international. That's the thing, isn't it, with the internet? I nearly went on this morning, but I got sidetracked watching YouTube videos, and I missed my slot, really. It was a bit late, so I thought I'd go on midday. It's midday here, and didn't quite go through there. It's frustrating. And so it would have been, I would have gone on about, well, 4 hours ago, about 8 a.m. here, just to catch some of you guys further afield. Let's just cut that off. Oh, still not cut that. There we are. Get rid of that. And just put that down there. I can see myself doing a lot more glassing, actually, because it gives you a really lovely finish, and tough as old boots, of course. It's new to me. This is the first one I've ever done. That's not too bad. Let's just, what's that? Let's get rid of that. Just press that down. I've got about 50-minute working time with this mix. Also, if you put it in a flat tray, it doesn't get as hot and therefore go off as quickly. Let's just go around here. There we go. I haven't put the fillet in yet on the wing join because I want to see how the wings fit, and I might have to build this up because I'm going to cover the wings in 16th balsa instead of 0.4 ply, so in theory it'll be thicker, so I might have to build this up and then I'll put the fillet on. So that's why I haven't done the fillet yet. I'm not sure how well they would have glassed over anyway, being sort of all those funny curves. What was I going to say? The fillet will be something sort of epoxy based or something. Right, so that should trim down there, trim down there. It's sticky, so cut through. Oh, look at that, one little strand. Now, let's see if that will come off in one go. One tiny little strand there. There we go. Do you know what? I was saying to my wife just now over coffee how doing YouTube videos is kind of like quite scary when you first start doing it, and then once you've done, I think I've got about 850 videos up. Once you've done a few, you sort of, it becomes the frill, the buzz is still there, but it's to get the complete frill back, you've got to go live, and it is a thrill going live because anything could happen, like make a complete pig's ear of it and you can't edit it out. You can't edit it out because you're live. It's too late. The cat's out of the bag, you know. But yeah, it's good fun, and why not? You know, if the technology exists to go live. That's the other thing I was saying to her was I remember the very first time, I'm probably going back, well, I don't know, 20 years at least, when I made my first comment on a forum, and I forget what the comment was. It was nothing special, but my finger hovered over that send button for several seconds while I plucked up the courage to press send, you know, and there it was. My name appeared on a forum, or my handle, and whatever it was at the time, and I joined the World Wide Web. But I couldn't have done this. No way could I have done this. And there's a chap, I don't know if he'll see it, lives not far from me. He started doing videos now, and I said to him on his last video something like, "Hi Jeff, thanks for dropping in, Mike, mate." That's all you're saying, hi Mike. And he was saying what a buzz it is, and it is. It might have been a rainy day in Georgia, Jack. Yeah, it could have been. And good afternoon, Mike. Nice to see you again. Now we're finally getting a break from the rain in the mountains. Yeah, who likes the rain, eh? Just reading the comments there. Yeah, look at Jeff. What a popular chap you are, Jeff, eh? I'm just putting this on. I'm coming to the end of it, really. It doesn't take long. I think yesterday's video, it was 35 minutes, including the cutting and everything. So, I've got that bit to trim yet, haven't I? Just move that forward a little bit. The only thing I found with this fuselage is, you know, if you've been following the build, I had to make these supports to stop it all rolling about, which has been brilliant, but they're not quite so useful in this instant. I'm just going to trim around the undercarriage, which isn't in. When I say undercarriage, of course, it's just a single wheel. It's going to be a fantastic maiden, this. We haven't really got any decent slopes around here, but we have got decent slopes sort of 100 miles away. And I am tempted to take the model up to a slope before I aero tow it, because you've got, with a slope, you've got a chance to, you know, make some corrections and land because you're still at ground level. Whereas aero towing it, you're committed, aren't you? Once that throttle opens on the tow plane, anything could happen, and does happen. Just trim this. Yes, it's quite an exciting moment, aero towing. I'm hoping. What's the date today? 21st. I'm hoping to edit this video and get it up for my usual weekly video. So this might be just finishing this one off and then getting it edited and getting it uploaded. See, editing, I like editing. It takes a while, but I use editing software called DaVinci Resolve, and it was different to what I was using before. But once you get the changes sorted out, it's lovely to use. And Daniel Battelle, who used to be a rock star, does a lot of help videos, DaVinci Resolve for noobs, and he's very useful bloke, very knowledgeable, and teaches you very nicely. We've got another little bit over there. Look, it's not just sitting down. No big deal, but look at that. What time is it with you, Jeff? Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? 6:22 a.m. Oh, well, you're up kind of early, I guess. I nearly went live this morning. Not quite as early as that, but yeah, there is it's like any software though, Jeff, isn't it? The more you use it, the easier it becomes. I mean, I've only scratched the surface of it. The thing that I find hard to do compared to what I used to use, Sony, whatever, Movie Studio, is zooming in. You have to set points, and I don't know, it's just seems a long-winded way of doing something fairly easy. Oops, so I don't tend to do a lot of zooming on my videos anymore. I was just wondering if I could cut this to save cutting it after the event. If I go sort of from up here somewhere, it pays to have a, oh, that's a bit early to get up, Jeff. Mind, you get more done, don't you? Get more done if you get up early without distractions. Oh, that went okay. Look at that. What a pleasure that is. I may as well just cut that. Shall I go across the cockpit bit? Let's try it. Got to have a sharp blade. It doesn't stay sharp for long when you're cutting glass. That bit might be a bit tricky because it tapers off. I'm going to come across that because that's not going to cut very easily if I try that. A little bit there. No, I don't mind you asking, Jack, if I can remember what it is. I did change it recently, actually. It's only a 2D CAD package. Oh no, what is it? You've asked me now. You see, I can't think and work. You see, being old, my brain doesn't multitask. It's my excuse. If I was in a pub quiz team, I'd come up with the answers tomorrow. That looks nice, doesn't it? So there is a cut there, and that'll sound smooth. And then when I put the filler primer on it, it'll be tapering in lovely. It's one of the easier ones. It's not any of your clever ones. It's probably the easiest one out there. Oh, it'll come to me. I don't mind you asking if you don't mind me not telling you. Oh yeah. It's an age thing, isn't it? And because you've got to use it quite a lot. It's on my PC, which I'm not on at the moment. If it doesn't come to me, I'll make sure to put it. I'll answer your question in the description for this. This will be part 11 video. So I think that is probably it then, guys, on that. I could try and cut the front, I suppose, while I'm cutting stuff. I did leave it till it dried before, but I may as well cut it now. In the nose, I've got the toe release, which I've got to clear out and gain access to. Can't cut at that angle. But I've stuffed it full of blue tack. Not blue tack, yeah, blue tack. So as the fiberglass didn't go in there, so I can just cut the glass out and then dig the blue tack out with a pointy thing. The scalpel's going blunt now. You can leave this just to trim off afterwards, but as we're chatting and having fun, I'll do it now. How good it's going to be, I don't know. The thing is, you can't really do it wrong. As somebody said on one of their videos, there isn't a wrong way or a right way to do this, as long as you remember to put the hardener in. But the end result is a fiberglass component, and it didn't go too badly. And what isn't too good, you can sand and fill. So, but I suppose the better you are at it, the less after work you need to do. How does that look? I do use Lightburn. Kev? For working the laser, of course. And the Louisiana Hobby Guy has taught me a lot. He's got a good channel on YouTube and website. And in fact, now I find myself just popping the laptop on if I need a part, especially if it's plywood. In the old days, I would just mark it out, go out to the jigsaw and cut it out and come back in, sand it. But now if it's a simple part, just quickly draw it on Lightburn and press cut. But the laser seems to be working really well. I haven't had any trouble. Well, as you know, or you may know, I've upgraded the laser from a 20 watt to a 40 watt, which Algo Laser sent me to test and review, which was nice. Otherwise, well, I couldn't afford to splash out just on a whim but it does cut. It'll cut well, like this skid. I mean, I've cut through 1/2 inch ply, 5/8 ply at quite a speed in one go. So it's worth, investing in a laser which is a little bit more powerful. I think that looks pretty good. How's that little bit good? And at the back there, that wasn't so good. You've got a CO2 laser, yeah. The CO2 lasers are different, aren't they? Do they burn the wood? I'm not sure. Not sure exactly how they work. If you get the settings wrong on a my sort of laser, it'll burn the wood if you're too slow. But it's like anything, isn't it? If you've got to learn the different speeds and power for the thing you're cutting. Well, guys, I think that will do for that. I'm quite pleased with that. That's the side I did yesterday. I've got a little strand there or something. Is that attached? It is. Let's just trim that off. That's the side I did yesterday, and it's come out really nice. Quite pleased with that, mainly because I cut it on the bias, I think. Yeah, it even looks pretty good in real life, Jack, actually. Just get rid of that in a minute. Of course, it's all got to be sanded because the primer won't stick to it. I wouldn't have thought very well if it's not sanded. Just read in there. Hello, Colin. Thanks for looking in, mate. Colin, if you don't know, guys, check out his channel. His scale building work is second to none. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I'm just wondering if I got a tiny little bit of epoxy left, I may as well just put it on the side I did yesterday, because it'll just add to the nose weight, which is all good. It's a good idea to add nose weight, which is in the right place, isn't it? Strength. These little lines, by the way, are a pink filler I put on, just car body stuff, just where the formers were. As some of you know, the plan for this has been pretty poorly drawn, and I've had a lot of trouble. You've got to measure things 3 times and cross-check them across and all sorts, just to make sure things are going to be about right. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? The chap who made my cockpit, Pete Carpenter, he made one of these, which is why he made the cockpit, because he's got the he's still got the former for molding it, and he molds his own. And just trying to balance this somewhere. And yeah, he didn't do infills on the front. He planked the whole lot, which was an option I didn't even consider, to be honest, and probably would have been, yeah, probably would have been quicker. Speed isn't the thing. Easier, I don't know. I think there was 52 infills or something, so I did about 5 a session. Otherwise, it sends you cross-eyed. Now, I think that's good. I was lucky he kept it. I contacted found his email address. He happened to, by chance, I googled his name, and by chance, let's tilt you up. He was organising a flying event for his local gliding club, and I emailed him and said what I was, who I was, and did he by any chance still have the plug. And I to be honest, I was looking to borrow the plug, but he's got a vacuum forming machine. He said, I'll do your cockpit. So brilliant. And that's what he did. So that was good for Pete. I need to zoom in. I'll tell you what, because I'm recording this as well for part 11. Just let me finish the video off for part 11, and then you can watch me do it live. Okay, guys, so that's part 11 complete. I'll stop here, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the next video. It might be starting the wings, but Christmas is coming up fast now. So yeah, doing the wings. See, I paused there. I'll have to edit that bit out. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you all had a great Christmas, and we're looking forward to the new year. So I'll see you then. Cheers, guys. Bye. And cut. So that's all right. That's that video done now. See. Yes. Kev, I was just saying to you, it was lucky kept the plug. It was a beautiful plug, but of course, being the plan being so far out, it was a case of, is it going to fit mine? Because I sent him the dimensions of my fuselage that I built and said, how does this compare to your plug? And they were pretty close, so we went for it. And I'm glad I did, because, well, as you've seen the video, it has come out. It's just here, look, actually. I haven't glued it on yet. It has come out very nicely indeed. Looks superb. This particular one was the one that didn't come out as well as the other one. He did me too, but I trimmed too much off of the back edge on the other one, and it's just, you know, you think, well, let's try and do a better job on this one. But there's a couple of small flaws in it, but you know, I expect the full-size one also had some flaws in it. So what I've got to do now is just paint yellow on the inside. Did you know it's going to be yellow? Of course you did, hence on the leading edge. Paint some yellow on the inside, and then I can stick the cockpit on. So that will be a, you know, complete then. Now the cockpit's in. Interestingly, when I did, well, the video that's up at the moment, this weekend's, the tow release switch, somebody said it should have been yellow, or in his experience, it was always yellow, and mine is red. But then somebody else has come on and said where he's flown, Germany and another country, they were always red. So it doesn't matter, because I won't be pulling it. Let me change my glasses. They're the right ones, actually. Yeah, it is a beautiful looking canopy, Jeff. It was big, but boy, oh boy, hadn't it just, you know, made the shape of the aeroplane? Because until that went on, I really didn't know. Shall I lower you down a bit? So let me just bring the camera down. There we go, as I'm finished on the bench now. Look at the state of my workroom, eh? I'm running out of space, but then aren't we all? So I'm going to say that that's probably a wrap, unless there's oh, David, thanks for looking in. That's probably a wrap on that, and I shall edit that into part 11 video. And it's nice to do, because you can spend a lot of time, can't you, in the workshop? And usually I have, for any part of, usually as try as I might, it usually ends up at about 6 hours of video. Excuse me. And I try and edit it down to sort of 20, 25, 30 minutes. I think the longest one I did was about 45 minutes, but I don't know. It's nice to have a long video running in the background, or like on your live stream, Jeff. But then if I'm listening to your live stream or Chris's, I can't record. So yeah, it's a case of squeezing it all in. What's Jack saying? Oh, lunch. Well done, Jack. And you have a good, Jack. You have a good Christmas too, mate. Thanks for looking in. And I'll try and remember what that software was. It'll come to me as soon as you're gone. So there we are. We've got 19 lovely people watching. Any hints on your next project? Oh, I did. Yeah. Now, see, Colin, I answered Colin's video earlier on, comment rather, on the video, that I've got this interesting project coming up after this one. I have been very tempted to start it while I was building this one. Not a good thing to do though, isn't it? You lose your momentum on a project. All I'll say is it's a pre-First World War aeroplane. So, and it flew very well, but it wasn't picked up by the Army, I think, wasn't it? Before the Air Force, Royal Flying Corps, I think it was the Army. It wasn't picked up by them, unfortunately. Had it been, it would have changed a lot of the aeroplane design. So it'll be a bit of fun. The ribs I can't cut out on the laser, because every rib's a different size and there's only 2 ribs marked on the plan. So it'll be sandwich method, which is easy. I'll cut out the 2 ribs each end and do it the old-fashioned way and actually make them. Cooking chili and jacket spuds for a party. Lovely, lovely, Mike. Yeah. Hello, Mark. Didn't see you. Have you been in? Just come in. No, I'm not going to start it yet. Well, certainly not. I keep watching your DR1 videos. It's looking really great. Hopefully you're not in the naughty corner. Anyway, my DR1. Do you want to have a quick peep at mine? There we go. Let's just angle you up. Go back. There we go. Oops. Let me bring you back up. You're dangling. That was a laugh, wasn't it? It took you so far up. You fell off. But you got a glimpse of it. That's the main thing. So what I've got, I don't know if you've been watching, Mark, I've just finished glassing the front of the fuselage with the second coat of heavier cloth. Just to show you what the differences in the two cloths are, look. This is the 25 gram. And you see how light it is. It's very light. Just trying to illustrate how light it is. See how light that is? And then you've got the 49 gram for comparison. That is quite heavy cloth. So that's why I haven't put that down, obviously, behind the CG, because it's going to add a lot of weight. It's not so much the cloth, because it's only 25 grams an ounce per square meter. So, and you don't use much area wise, but it's the weight of the resin. And I found that putting the resin on the 49 gram cloth, it takes a lot more resin to soak it. Therefore, that's your enemy is the weight of the resin. So it's not a good thing to do. Let me just turn this over, actually, just to make sure nothing's running or anything. Well, it shouldn't be. There are no fumes, Mark. I'm not very good. I've got a window I can open. I'm not very good with fumes, to be honest. When I say that, I mean, I can't smell them very well. I don't have a very good sense of smell. Once I've sniffed it, I can't smell it again. But my wife is the one who's got a sensitive nose, and she can't smell it either, albeit I'm behind two closed doors, but she can't smell it either. So it's only epoxy, which is great. Whereas, because if it was fiberglass, it would stink the house out. I did see a chap who had a fan that he put in his open window, you know, like I don't know, 18-inch square fan. Just put it in the open window and it just drew the air out, which is an option I could have used, because my window is just there and I can open that if I want to. But it does tend to scoop the air down the side of the house and I end up with a gale force wind, which isn't good for your little aeroplanes. If it is that windy, I've got to go out the door quick, shut it quick, and everything rattles on the walls. Nothing's dropped off yet, though, thank goodness. What were you doing? You were doping? I hope you were doping in the house, Mark. We don't dope in the house, not unless, you know, if it's summertime, I can open the door and it's not too bad. It doesn't seem to seep into the house. So, yeah. Oh, it's a kite. Unless you were flying a kite, of course, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to do something with this backdrop. It looks dreadful, doesn't it? If I turn it that way, isn't it? But then I'm not in the picture. How about if I sit over here like this? Bend it down a bit. There we are. There we are. Just going out on the old kite later on. Flying officer kite. Let me just have another sip of water. This is a lovely glass. My daughter painted a Spitfire on the side and it's worn off, unfortunately. It was a shame. Anyway, I think we're running out of things now to show you. I've done that. That's good. I'm pleased with that. Let's just get back to the subject. So that's going to dry. I'll rub the whole lot down, get it nice and smooth. And I think I will start putting on the primer. And what I bought is this. Let me show you, from my local car shop. It's my phone speaking to me. I must have said something. Cellulose filler grey primer for cars, but that's more than, gosh, if I put that on, that weighs a lot. But what you do, you paint it on, and it just fills basically you just fill in the grain of the mat. Most of it will be coming off. Any high spots will just have the grain showing, filled grain. Any low spots will stay grey. So having restored an old car a few years ago, I know it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work to put together a car. That's interesting. Oh, doping in the kitchen, where you, Mark? Naughty boy. Personally, I love the smell of dope. It's lovely. Takes you right back, doesn't it? Tempted to build a yacht, a Billings, because they're quite an old manufacturer, aren't they? So well sorted. Not sure what make Chris's RAF tender was. I can't remember, but we've got a local club have just started up doing a yachting club, mostly yachts, and they've got a couple of venues not far from me. I was sort of tempted. I thought, well, do I buy a 1 meter yacht and have a bit of fun? But you know, at the end of the day, we want to build aeroplanes, don't we? But yachts, I can see the attraction of yachts because there's a lot of similarity to slope soaring because you're just using the wind, nice and quiet, bit of camaraderie. Could be fun. Maybe when I can't fly planes any longer, I'll get into boats. Almost certainly, I can use my transmitter then, can't I? Hey, I've got a new aeroplane coming, guys. It's I don't know if you've seen the video. I just looked at it over there to make sure I remember the name. The Radio Link Su-27 pusher foamy jet thing. Great fun. But they've offered me another aeroplane as well. It's called the A570, something like that. But it's a foamy, like a shock foamy, indoors with carbon rods and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'll take the kit, I'll make a video, and I'll have a lot of fun because the indoor sessions hopefully will be starting up again soon, because they were cancelled because they were doing a lot of work on the air conditioning and what have you in the flying place. So hopefully I'll start up again. I'll have a plane to fly. It's just met me. Good afternoon, Caroline. Nice to see you. Yes, Mark, your Thames barge is just gorgeous. I watched the video of it yesterday. It was short. I think you put a short up that caught my eye. Steam powered with your little guy at the end on the tiller. Just beautiful. That really does, yeah, really tickles me. That's superb. Really lovely, that is. Caroline, you're definitely doing your building today. Not a very good day for anything, really, is it? It's grey and overcast down here, and the wind's blowing quite a lot, and it was raining in the air, so not too good. But who cares? We're in the workshop talking to each other. 21 of you. Hey, spike the likes. I should have 21 likes there. I only got 8. Who hasn't spiked the likes, to quote Jeff? Oh, Mike, you got a Model A coupe. Is that an original one? I think I've asked you before, actually. Or was it a fiberglass bodied hot rod? A mate of mine is into that down in Cornwall. Yes, and Flavio, look, signing in from Italy. We are truly international, guys, aren't we? Didn't we miss Chris's Ian come in? Yeah, I don't know if he's probably working. Oh, a 19 real one, yeah, 1930s. Fantastic. Yeah, we missed Chris's live stream last night, didn't we? He says he's working. Sounds like a feeble excuse to me. I had to go on to his community tab to see the message that he was too busy. Yeah, it's funny how you get set in your little routines, isn't it? Always try and make sure I'm ready there 7 p.m. on a, well, in the UK on a Friday. Is that Friday feeling? Oh yes. Fantastic. US, Italy, Yorkshire. Yes, Yorkshire, yeah. What's on my chin? I don't know. I think it's a bit of dirt. I don't know. It just makes me look very distinguished, doesn't it? Don't answer that. I said to my wife, I think it, because when last time I grew one was, well, 35 years ago, and it was ginger. Because I had ginger hair when I was a nipper. My sister and brother still have. but there's no ginger in it. There's no. I'll tell you what I have got. None of you have seen this. Do you want to see it? I've got something I can show you, but it looks wrong. I'll tell you what, look. Just wait there a moment. I was thinking about doing this anyway. Just here. All right. I might have to turn the camera away while I do this, and then I'll turn the camera back, okay? So I'll just turn it down to the bench. You mustn't see this. You might be able to see it there. Let me hold it out of the way. Right, this will give you a laugh. Nearly there, nearly there. You might be able to guess what I'm up to, I don't know. I think that's right. Okay. Okay, here we go. You ready? Let me put my glasses on because I can't see what's happening. Are you ready? Here we go. So there we are. I thought I put it on wrong. There we are. This is what I used to look like when I was a teenager. There's Cliff with hair, but yeah, as you can see, it doesn't really go with a grey beard. So I thought I might have to get a. Oh, I could dye my hair, couldn't I? My wiggy hair, which looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool if I put my aviator sunglasses on. It's like being out in the wind, isn't it? Like that. So you toss it back. But the shock is, I mean, I tell you what, it's ever so warm. So it's not real hair, of course. Yeah. I think everyone ought to get one. Look, I haven't got it dressed up properly. Shaggy Cliff, rock star. Yeah. I don't know if it's Jeff. I can't smell them. I can't smell any fumes, and it doesn't make me go crazy. Honest. But the thing is, if I take this off now, it's going to make me look really old. Anyway, here we go. There we are. Cliff's back in the room. I suppose there is, Jeff, but I can't smell them. It's only epoxy, but no, I don't know. Can't smell it. Okay, so thank you for spiking the like, says 15. Look, not had hair for 40 years. No. Well, that's right, Mark. It's a bit of a nuisance, isn't it? To be honest, at the end of the day. But with this growing, it's probably going to continue up all the way and, you know, keep going. Anyway, guys, look, it's 5 to 1. Lunch will be coming up soon. So I'll just say thanks for looking in, and have a great Christmas, you all. And I'll see you. Well, you'll see this video will go up for next Friday. And then I'll start on the next part. It'll probably be a bit of fill-in and all the rest of it, and getting that cockpit finished, which would be great. I've got a pilot there as well, special pilot. Oh yes, Mike Reed, Caroline. That's right. Mike Reed was a Radio 1 DJ for those that aren't British. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. On that point, then, guys, thanks for looking in, and we'll see you in the next one. Can't beat a live stream for a bit of fun, can you? Okay. Here we go. I'm going to press the button. Take care, guys. Have a good Christmas. Yeah, I'm going to press exit. There we go. Bye.